Let's be real, loyalty is rare. In today's dating world, most men are chasing beauty while ignoring character. That's why so many end up heartbroken, confused, and drained. You give your all to a woman thinking she's different, only to realize she was never yours to begin with. She was just playing a part until something better came along. The truth is, loyalty isn't about how long she stays. It's about what she does when you're not around. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the signs that she was never built to stay loyal in the first place. A woman who won't be loyal to you shows you early. The problem is, most men ignore those signs. You try to convince yourself it's just a phase, or that you're overthinking, but you're not. Your gut is telling you the truth, and you're trying to lie your way into comfort. That comfort will cost you. This video is for men who are tired of wasting time, tired of giving love to women who don't respect them, tired of believing that loyalty is something you have to earn by suffering. No, loyalty is a decision, and a woman either carries it or she doesn't. You're about to learn how to spot the signs early so you don't end up in a mess later. We're not here to bash women. We're here to build strong men who know the game, play it smart, and never fall for the wrong one again. These signs are not guesses. They are patterns. When you see them, you need to act like a man with standards and walk. Let's get into it. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just completed section 4 in the course, and these insights aren't shared anywhere else. It's easy to access with multiple secure payment options. There are only 5 discounted slots remaining using the promo code. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or check the link in the description to enroll now before the offer is gone. 1. She talks about her ex too much. When a woman keeps bringing up her ex, she's telling you exactly where her loyalty still lies. You're not the man she's emotionally connected to. You're the rebound, the distraction, the safety net. No matter how good you treat her, she's comparing you to someone who probably broke her in ways she still hasn't healed from. And here's the truth. A woman who's still emotionally tied to her past can't be loyal to you, because part of her still belongs to him. Some men take this lightly. They think she's just venting, or she's being honest. But there's a difference between sharing her past and still living in it. If you find yourself constantly listening to stories about how her ex treated her, how he failed her, or even how great he used to be, that's a sign she hasn't moved on. And if she hasn't moved on, she's not fully available to you. You can't build something real with someone who's still emotionally entangled with another man. Loyalty isn't just about what she does physically. It's about where her mind goes when she's with you. If her mind is still caught up in the last relationship, then you're not the priority, you're the placeholder. And the dangerous part is, women like this will still enjoy your time, attention, and energy. They'll take what they can get from you while their heart secretly waits for closure. Or worse, for their ex to come back. A woman who keeps mentioning her ex in arguments is even more dangerous. That's a clear signal she's keeping him in the room with you. You're not just dating her, you're competing with someone who's not even present. And no matter what you do, she'll find a way to use him as the standard you can't live up to. Don't ignore the pattern. If her ex is still in her mouth, he's still in her heart. And a woman whose heart is split can never give you what a real relationship demands. She can be sweet, loyal for a moment, even committed on the surface, but that's temporary. Her emotions are still loyal to the past, and eventually that emotional loyalty will turn into action. That's how cheating starts. Not in the bedroom, but in the mind. If she still dreams about her ex, if she still checks his socials, if she still laughs at his old jokes, she's not yours. You don't have to argue with her. You don't have to demand she stop. All you need to do is observe. The more she talks about him, the more you need to pull back and reevaluate. You're not here to compete with another man's ghost. You're here to lead, build, and protect your peace. And a woman who constantly resurrects the past has no place in your future. 2. She entertains too many options. A woman who constantly entertains multiple men is already showing you she can't be loyal to one. It's not about what she says, it's about what she allows. If she keeps other men orbiting around her, texting her, liking her posts, sending her good morning messages, or flirting in her DMs, and she never sets clear boundaries, that woman is not ready to give herself fully to any man. And she definitely won't give you the loyalty you deserve. This is not about insecurity, it's about clarity. A woman who's serious about you will close the door to other men, because loyalty is not something that begins after a commitment. It starts with intention. If she's truly focused on building with you, she won't need a backup plan. She won't need attention from 6 different guys to feel good about herself. She won't keep old flings on standby. She won't need to keep her options open just in case it doesn't work with you. But when a woman keeps her options wide, what she's really doing is showing you she doesn't trust herself to stay with just one man. And that means she won't trust herself when things get hard either. In today's dating culture, many women are addicted to attention. Social media has made it easy for women to feel validated by 100 men without ever leaving their bed. And the more they enjoy that kind of power, the less they're able to actually build something meaningful with just one person. Loyalty gets replaced by ego. Genuine love gets replaced by dopamine hits. If you're dating a woman who always needs male attention from somewhere else, you're not in a relationship. You're in a competition. A loyal woman doesn't play around with other men's emotions just to feel wanted. She doesn't keep old flings texting her late at night, and she doesn't say things like, "He's just a friend," when the guy clearly wants more. A woman who truly respects you won't even let another man believe he has a chance. But the one who entertains multiple options, she wants to keep her safety net. She wants to keep her inbox full. She wants to know there's always a just-in-case guy waiting in the background. That's not loyalty, that's selfishness. This kind of woman might not cheat right away, she might not even plan to. But when a moment of weakness comes, when there's a disagreement or you're unavailable or another guy flatters her ego, she'll slip. Not because she had no choice, but because she never shut the door in the first place. That's the danger of a woman who entertains too many options. She might be physically with you, but emotionally, she's all over the place. Her attention is scattered, her loyalty is thin, and her commitment is temporary. The truth is simple. A woman who needs multiple men to feel satisfied will never give one man her full heart. And if you think you can change that by loving her harder, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You can't build loyalty in a woman who's addicted to options. 3. She keeps secrets. When a woman starts hiding things from you, big or small, that's a clear sign she cannot be trusted. Loyalty and secrecy don't live in the same house. A woman who will never be loyal to you always has something going on behind the scenes. It could be as simple as hiding who she's texting, or as serious as lying about where she's been. But the common thread is this. When a woman feels the need to keep parts of her life away from you, she's already stepping out of emotional alignment with the relationship. At first, the secrets seem innocent. Maybe she deletes her messages when you walk by. Maybe she suddenly gets uncomfortable when you ask about a night out. Maybe she avoids naming the people she spends time with. You might even catch her in small lies that she quickly laughs off. But here's what most men miss. Those little lies are the warning shots. They show you that she has already decided to protect herself from you instead of being real with you. A loyal woman doesn't feel the need to hide. She wants you to know where she is, who she's with, and what's going on. Not because she's being controlled, but because she respects the relationship. She understands that clarity builds trust. But a woman who keeps secrets is choosing control over connection. She wants to maintain her independence in a way that keeps her actions off the radar. That's not loyalty. That's manipulation. Let's get even more real. If she hides her phone screen every time you're near, that's a sign. If she changes passwords without telling you, that's a sign. If she suddenly starts spending more time with new friends she never introduces you to, that's another sign. A woman who's hiding something isn't preparing to be faithful. She's creating space for disloyalty to grow. And the worst part is, when you ask questions, she'll flip it on you. She'll say you're being insecure or controlling just to avoid accountability. You have to understand this. Loyalty is not just about what someone does when things are good, it's about the choices they make when no one's watching. If she's constantly operating in private, deleting history, creating locked folders, or acting shady with social media, those are cracks in the foundation. And once trust starts breaking, loyalty is the first thing to fall. Men get trapped here because they don't want to seem paranoid. They want to believe the best. But ignoring your instincts in the name of peace is how you end up broken. If a woman is comfortable lying to you once, she will do it again. And the more she gets away with, the deeper the lies become. Secrets don't shrink, they grow, and they always lead to betrayal. A woman who truly respects you won't play games with the truth. She won't hide her conversations, her friends, her location, or her past. If she values you, she'll live in the light. But if she thrives in the shadows, don't expect her to stay loyal when temptation shows up. 4. She avoids accountability. One of the clearest signs a woman will never be loyal to you is her inability to take accountability for her actions. A disloyal woman will always find a way to make you the problem, no matter what she did. She could disrespect you, lie to you, disappear on you, or even cheat. And somehow you'll still end up being the villain in her version of the story. That's not a partner. That's a manipulator. And if you don't recognize this behavior early, you'll stay trapped in a cycle where your self-worth slowly gets destroyed. A woman who avoids accountability will never admit when she's wrong. If you confront her, she'll deflect. If you express your hurt, she'll minimize it. If you catch her red-handed, she'll twist the narrative to make herself the victim. This isn't just frustrating, it's dangerous. Because without accountability, there's no foundation for growth, healing, or trust. And loyalty doesn't survive in an environment where someone is always running from the truth. Let's break it down. Say she texts her ex behind your back. You bring it up. Instead of owning it, she'll say, "You're just jealous," or "I didn't do anything wrong, we're just friends." Or maybe she goes out, gets drunk, flirts with guys, and posts risky stuff online. When you talk to her about how that affects your relationship, she says, "You're too sensitive," or "You're trying to control me." That's the pattern. Her behavior never changes, but the blame always shifts. This type of woman is allergic to responsibility, and when someone refuses to own their part, there's no reason to believe they'll ever change. A loyal woman isn't perfect, but she's honest. When she makes a mistake, she doesn't hide. She faces it. She apologizes. She adjusts. Because she values the relationship more than her ego. But the woman who avoids accountability, she'll protect her image at all costs. She'd rather gaslight you than grow. She'd rather defend a lie than admit to being wrong. And that's the kind of mindset that opens the door to betrayal. Because if she can't say, "I was wrong," she'll never say, "I won't do it again." And if she never says that, what's stopping her from doing worse next time? Here's what's worse. When she starts weaponizing your emotions, a woman who avoids accountability will flip the script so hard, you'll start apologizing for things she did. She'll say you're too emotional. She'll say you're insecure. She'll say you're trying to control her life. And if you're not grounded, you'll start believing it. That's how she keeps control, by shifting guilt. That's how loyalty breaks, by never dealing with the real issues. A woman who refuses to be accountable cannot be trusted long term. Because at some point, loyalty demands sacrifice. It requires honesty. It requires a person to look in the mirror and say, "I messed up, and I want to do better." If she's not capable of that, she's not capable of staying loyal when the storm hits. She's only loyal to herself, and that's not the kind of woman you build with. 5. She craves constant validation. A woman who constantly needs attention from the outside world will never give you her full loyalty. If her self-worth depends on how many men like her, compliment her, or chase her, then you'll always be just one of many sources of validation, not her one and only. That kind of woman isn't looking for love. She's addicted to approval. And as soon as your attention doesn't give her the same high, she'll start looking elsewhere. This is deeper than just being active on social media. it's about the mindset. She doesn't feel beautiful unless 100 strangers double tap her selfie. She doesn't feel wanted unless men in her DMs are praising her. She doesn't feel secure unless she's being constantly reminded that she can still pull someone better. A woman like this might act like she loves you, but in reality, she's only loyal to the next dose of validation. Her focus isn't on building a strong bond with one man. Her focus is on being desired by as many men as possible, just to feel enough. And when a woman lives for outside validation, loyalty becomes negotiable. If another man gives her more attention than you do, she'll start leaning in that direction. If another guy makes her feel sexier, funnier, or more important than you're making her feel at that moment, she'll be tempted to emotionally or physically cheat. This isn't about you doing something wrong. This is about her being wired to chase attention, not depth. You'll know this is happening when everything turns into a show. She dresses up, not for herself or for you, but to get stares from strangers. She posts pictures that leave little to the imagination, then says you're controlling if you bring it up. She flirts with other men in public just for fun, but gets defensive if you call it out. Her whole world revolves around being admired, even if it disrespects you. And here's what's dangerous. No amount of your attention will ever be enough. You can call her beautiful every hour. You can give her your time, your love, your focus, but if she's chasing attention from the crowd, she'll never be satisfied with just one man. And when she starts feeling empty again, she'll blame you for not making her feel like she used to. Then she'll start seeking that rush elsewhere. That's when the disloyalty starts, because she doesn't see loyalty as a standard. It's just a temporary option until the spotlight fades. A loyal woman wants to feel appreciated, but she doesn't need external validation to know her worth. She doesn't dress for Instagram likes. She doesn't need every man to look her way to feel alive. She's grounded. She wants love from one man, not attention from every man. But if you're with a woman who's addicted to validation, understand this: you will never be enough. And when you stop feeding her ego, she will find someone who will, even if it costs her your trust. 6. She disrespects boundaries. A woman who consistently disrespects your boundaries is showing you loud and clear that loyalty is not in her DNA. Loyalty requires respect, and respect begins with understanding where your lines are drawn. If she pushes past your limits, ignores your standards, and laughs at your non-negotiables, it's only a matter of time before she breaks your trust. A woman who doesn't honor your boundaries will never protect your heart, because she doesn't even see your values as worth protecting. It usually starts with small things. Maybe you tell her you're not okay with her keeping in touch with certain guys from her past. She agrees in the moment, but later you catch her texting them just to check in. You bring it up and she acts like you're overreacting. That's not just inconsiderate, it's disrespectful. She's showing you that your voice doesn't matter unless it benefits her. And if she can ignore the little things, she'll definitely cross the line when bigger temptations come her way. A woman who can't respect your emotional, physical, or relational boundaries is dangerous to your peace. She'll flirt with other men right in front of you, then say you're insecure. She'll post revealing photos online after you've made it clear you're not comfortable with it, then accuse you of being controlling. She'll overshare your private moments with friends or on social media, even when you've asked her to keep things between you. Every time she crosses a line and defends it instead of correcting it, she's reminding you that your feelings don't lead, her impulses do. And here's the catch: when you set a boundary and she reacts with guilt-tripping sarcasm or rebellion, that's not love, that's a test. She wants to see if you'll fold. If you do, you just taught her that your boundaries don't matter. And once she knows that, she'll keep pushing further. She'll keep taking more than she gives. She'll keep disrespecting you and calling it freedom. That is not a partner, that's a liability. And loyalty cannot exist where respect is constantly being undermined. Think of it like this: boundaries are the fences that protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual space. A loyal woman helps guard that space with you. A disloyal woman breaks into it every time she wants something. She doesn't ask if it hurts you. She doesn't care if it breaks your trust. She does what she wants and dares you to do something about it. That attitude is the enemy of a healthy relationship. Loyalty is built on mutual understanding. A woman who respects you will take your boundaries seriously, even if she doesn't always agree with them. She'll ask, "Does this make you uncomfortable?" and adjust her behavior. But the one who doesn't care about crossing lines is already halfway out the door. She may not cheat today. She may not betray you this week. But if she keeps disrespecting what you've clearly said matters to you, it's only a matter of time before she breaks the loyalty bond completely. 7. She has a pattern of leaving. If a woman has a history of walking away from relationships the moment things get hard, you need to understand this. She will do the same to you. Loyalty is not measured by how a woman acts when things are fun and easy. It's revealed when things get tough, uncomfortable, or inconvenient. A woman who runs at the first sign of discomfort doesn't have the strength to stay when real loyalty is required. She's conditioned to leave, not to build. Look closely at her relationship past. If every man she dated was toxic, crazy, or not on her level, that's a red flag. It means she's never taken the time to actually grow through a hard season with someone. She just exits and rewrites the story to make herself the victim. But loyalty isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about fighting through it with someone you care about. And if she's always running, she's never truly committed. A woman like that sees relationships as disposable, and that mindset will never lead to faithfulness. She may say she wants something serious, but her actions tell a different story. The moment she feels bored, she's gone. The moment you have an argument, she shuts down. The moment you express a boundary, she pulls away. These are signs that loyalty isn't part of her character. It's just part of the image she wants to project. A truly loyal woman stays, listens, learns, and grows with you. A disloyal woman bounces from man to man looking for a spark, not realizing that real love requires roots. And here's what many men ignore. If she's never had a relationship that lasted longer than a few months, or she's constantly taking breaks when she doesn't get her way, you're not going to be the magical exception. You're just the next chapter in the same story. It doesn't matter how great you are. It doesn't matter how much you provide. If she hasn't developed emotional endurance, she won't stay when it matters most. She'll bail the first time the feelings fade or the responsibilities grow. Sometimes you'll see this pattern in how she handles other areas of life too. She quits jobs when they get demanding. She cuts off friends over small misunderstandings. She gives up on goals when they don't bring instant results. That's not just immaturity, it's a character issue. She's wired to avoid discomfort at all costs. And relationships that last require going through seasons that aren't always easy. If she lacks the discipline to stay planted, she can never be trusted with your heart long term. Loyalty is not about how loud she says she loves you. It's about how quiet she stays when life gets hard and still chooses you. If a woman is used to escaping, she will never be able to build anything that lasts. And you can't fix that with love, effort, or patience. You need to recognize the pattern early and understand that a woman who walks away every time things get real will never be the one who stands beside you when you need her most. Loyalty isn't about what a woman says, it's about what she consistently does. If you keep ignoring these signs, you'll keep giving your heart to someone who was never built to protect it. A woman who disrespects you, tests your boundaries, lies, flirts for attention, plays games or leaves when it's hard, is showing you exactly who she is. Believe her. Real loyalty is rare, and you'll never find it by chasing someone who doesn't value your presence. Be the kind of man who walks away from disloyalty early before it costs you peace, purpose, and self-respect. Choose wisely or suffer quietly. If you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. Only 5 discounted slots remain, and it's easy to enroll with secure payment options. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today.